had 4 children. Joseph, that I mentioned, died in St. Louis, 2 years old. My father lived to be 88. William Alexander's third son lived to be 99 years old. And then Isaac Michael, born in 86, died in May of 07. Oh, by the way, just over the page there that's William and my father and their wives. Stella with Oscar is her name, and Rena. Donna remembers Rena, lovely lady. They were married 60 years. She died.
And there are later photos in them in the handout I gave you of Uncle Bill and Aunt Bill.
Thank you very much for that. That's a cool picture, isn't it? Well, how did my dad meet Stella in Long Beach? He is from Long Beach. Well, after this big thing happened in Galveston, the family, and then Mrs. Darter died, Annie died. We're not sure, but Bill probably came back here. Mike went somewhere, got in trouble, and eventually ended up in Long Beach. He met a young lady named Stella Oscar, and I don't know much about it, whether they fell in love or whatever, but Mike was out working on a car one day. He was 21 years old, and this is his, oh, Alex, would you hold up his pictures? That's the 3 brothers. He is the one, the bigger picture. Uncle Bill's the top one, and he's the one on, Mike is on that side. We have 3 pictures of him. That's one of them that my mother so graciously cut up. Okay, show the other one. Mike was out working on a car, and the jack slipped and crushed him. He died of pneumonia a couple days later. My dad was down at the University of Texas going to school, and went out to Long Beach, brought his remains back to Fort Worth, and then show his other picture. Mike was quite an athlete. This is a cool picture of him. And brought his remains back to Fort Worth, but we never knew what happened to him. We never knew. And one day, a few years ago, I was looking in my dad's wallet, and found this, it looked like a memorial service that he did for his brother here. And then, just this last week, I got my dad's journal out and started reading in it, and it was very clear that he states, I know everybody's reading, go with it. Just one more minute and we'll be done. He said that, that he was buried in the lot next to his father in the family lot. Well, here's the family lot. Where is it? I've had James Myrick, the superintendent, search the records 2 or 3 times over the last decade. Can't find it anywhere. But James was willing this week to accept the fact that it was written by his brother, who was here where he was buried. So we're certain that he's buried right here. And James and the cemetery board accepted that. And we found a company to come place the headstone. And, well, Alex, so, 104 years after he was buried here, here is Isaac Michael. Isn't that special?
Yeah. No wonder your name is Michael Isaac.
Yeah, that's a popular Darter name, that's for sure. I don't know why we didn't name any of you kids Isaac. But anyway, well, I just wanted to see if there was something else. Oh, well, one other thing I'd like to mention. So 104 years ago, he was buried here, and my dad spoke at his funeral. Probably his brother William was here also. It's hard to imagine what this young man, if that accident hadn't have happened. Life is a fragile thing. Make the use of it. Ava, Lauren, died in a freak accident, would have probably become a very outstanding individual. Like his brothers, did a lot of good stuff in the world. It wasn't to be. One of the things that I remember now that my dad told me about at least a thousand times in my lifetime, and I've told my kids, is that one day these three boys were down behind the house, and they got some cigarettes, and they were smoking. So here was my dad, his two brothers smoking. His father smelled it, went around the house and caught him. And he said, "Francis, what's that in your mouth?" My dad said, "Cigarette, Daddy." He said, "No, Francis, that's a headlight to a fool." So I'm telling out you, Ava, and Alex, don't smoke. This guy in 1893 knew the disastrous effects of smoking. And if you think that isn't sad, Uncle Bill had four daughters. You all know them: Billy, Maud Ann, Rowena, and who's the other? Margaret. Margaret. They all smoked. They all died of lung cancer. Three of them before their father died. So something to remember in this family. If you remember nothing else from today, Lauren and Alex and Ava, remember that. So that's one cool thing.